All right. What is good, everybody? This is Locktober, day 5, and I'm 4 minutes late. I do apologize. I got a little bit too caught up in Sister Danielle's Jeopardy game. W to the Chapmans, you know. But yeah, tonight's topic, blah. Tonight's topic is going to be courage over discomfort, unlocking your strength. Let's check the chat. We had Yolanda in the building. We got Tina in the building. And we got Corey in the building. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate y'all time. Let me go ahead and drop the link. Yeah, no, it's open chat. Tiff's Take is in the building. What's up, Tiff? Thank you for joining. I'll go ahead and pin that. Whew. I don't know how people do blogs every day, blogs, whatever. I said to myself, let me go ahead and everybody been trying to see if I could really cook. So I made a vlog. I cooked some crack chicken. So I still gotta go ahead and edit that and whatnot. But ooh, that shit's good. But I digress. What's up, Tina?
Hello. How are
Uh
you?
I'm good, Tired like usual, but hey, we here. What's up, Nisa?
Did you get any rest? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, you good, you good. I was just shouting out the chat. What's up, Tees? I see y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Did I get some rest? That's subjective. I did go to work this morning. I worked for like 4 hours. Got back home. I took a nap for about a half an hour. Woke back up, watched some lives. Took another nap for about another 20 minutes. Woke back up. Ran out to Walmart. Came back home. Started cooking. You know how that goes when you're trying to record while you doing stuff. So a quick, simple meal that took about 2 hours and some change. So if nobody watches this, don't ask me to vlog me cooking no more, cause I'm gonna say no, like expeditiously.
I know I'm watching.
Man,
I want to
uh,
see this cracked chicken.
yeah, cracked chicken. I hope we could say that on YouTube. Like
I mean, they can say
it's a
cracked black
recipe,
pepper, so they should be able to say cracked chicken.
right? Right, it's a recipe. We're not talking about any type of D
We ain't
rugs.
cooking up nothing else.
No D rugs, so but yes, I'm gonna go ahead and edit that. I'll try to get it out tomorrow. What's up, Coffee No Cream? Thank you for joining. And shout out to whoever's on Facebook that gave me that heart. I appreciate you. Let's get into the talking point so I could go ahead and so our first talking point, for those that's just joining, the title is Courage Over Comfort, Unlocking Your Strength. Our first talking point is define courage beyond the obvious. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's action forward despite it. Everyday acts of courage go unnoticed but have lasting impact. Quiet strength can be just as powerful as loud bravery. Courage shows up in both big movements and small personal choices. Oh, what's good, cousin Sharon Wise? I ain't gonna say your government, but thank you for joining. I want to see it because of as of right now, I think you're using AI. Did you check my shorts? You see what I'm saying? Like I was a step ahead. I left the I put a short up. I'm gonna take it down though. No, I'm gonna go on list it until I get monetized so I could go ahead and then I'll let it play so I could get some money for it. But yeah, nice try. Chef elevated pots.
I
Yes.
that's funny. Elevated box. I most certainly believe that courage can be displayed in a myriad of ways,
Mhm.
especially since there are so many people that feel like courage always looks braggadocious.
Mhm.
Um, it always has some kind of a bravado, and it's not necessary.
Right.
Sometimes you have courage in making hard decisions
Right.
that go well beyond anything that takes a lot of volume.
Mhm.
And that's something that I think about. You know, people always look at people being courageous in maybe being a firefighter or maybe being a police officer because of the danger that they involve themselves in. But sometimes it takes courage to be able to stand up against different kinds of systems in your
Right.
own way, on a individual basis, and not
Right.
just so other people can see you, but more so you can sometimes be a beacon of light in a dark situation. You
Right.
know,
Mhm. Absolutely. What's up, Monique? Thank you for joining.
attaching it to some kind of place of power or some kind of position that allows people to be seen, when some of the most courageous things that are done by people who would be considered ordinary, who would be considered in some regards less than, you know.
Right.
I mean, even when it comes to children and being bullied, that
Mm,
courage is being displayed by someone who stands on what they believe in an arena that could easily, pull them apart,
right.
but instead is shown in a way that some adults aren't able to stand up to their own bullies, their own peers that are coming against them in so many different ways. Oh,
Right.
hello,
What's up?
Yolanda.
What's up,
Hello,
Yolanda?
how y'all doing?
Good
Chilling.
to see you.
I'm good to be seen.
Yeah.
I'm just setting it up.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Better to be seen than to be viewed is what they told me.
That part. That part.
But yeah, the thing with courage, it's like the saying the loudest person in the room is often the weakest.
Yes.
So do you really have to keep, broadcasting like, oh, I'm courageous. I got courage. I'm not like, no. If you're the person type of person that does that, you're trying to mask your insecurities.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And in some regards, that's what we have on the police force. Not checking nobody or nothing, but you have a whole lot of people that hide behind the badge because they may have been the ones that were bullied. They may have been the
Yep.
ones that couldn't stand up to people coming
Yep.
up. And so when they got that piece of authority, now they're looked at as if they're the ones being courageous, when in fact they have the right to uh, unalive people. They
Yeah.
have the right to, use brutal force and have a whole government backing them with the decisions that they make.
Right.
And so when you look at that, is it real courage? You know, and
Nope.
so you think about that, and it's like sometimes the social worker is more courageous than the officer and willing to go into terrible places to go extract children that are in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? Could be in a trap
Yep.
house or something, and they
Right.
have to go through all of these different areas and stuff to make sure that kids are safe. That's
Right.
dangerous.
Right.
That's very dangerous. And they're putting themselves on the line. And you're talking about people that are going in and they don't have any arms to bear.
Right.
It's just them and a notepad. It's just them and a tablet. It's just them and a camera or something. All
Mhm.
they can do is call 911 and hope to make it out safely. with the children in the midst of could be possible DV, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
or in the
Yep.
midst of any kind of SA or anything like that, you know. And I
Right.
think about that because a lot of times people don't know what kind of things people have to face that they have to be extrapolated from because they can't get out on their own.
That
True
part.
indeed.
And it takes someone that's courageous to say, I'm going to stand up against the person that has the power to whoop me, that has
Yeah.
the power to, you know what I'm saying, beat me down or whatever, you know. And so I think about that, you know, that real courage comes in the face of those things that you know can harm you, not
Right.
And
against those things that you know have no power against you.
that's so
Right.
true.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm,
All right. The next talking point is going to be the fear factor.
mm.
Fear often disguises itself as logic, comfort, or caution. Most people underestimate how much fear shapes their daily decisions. Self sabotage is usually rooted in unacknowledged fear. Courage forces us to confront the insecurities we'd rather avoid.
Ooh,
I mean, and that still goes back to separating, you know, the courageous against, you know, the not so courageous.
Right.
Because it's always courage when you do it in the midst of fear,
Mm-hmm.
when you're facing the fear, not
Mm-hmm.
just getting away from it or having a way to escape it, but it's in the thing of I'm showing up in this space that I know can harm me, that I know can hurt me, that I know that I'm vulnerable to in some kind of way. And I'm facing it anyway to see the good out of the situation or to extrapolate the good out of the situation, you know,
Right.
because it's not always about, oh, everything is hunky-dory now. I mean, because it's a lot of people that call people courageous for tying a bungee cord to their legs and jumping towards the river. That's not real courage, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, you
yeah,
might be a daredevil, but that's not
exactly.
necessarily courageous.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It
Right.
And
just
so I think about that, you know, it's not about um just being out here doing things that someone would consider unalive defying, but it's more so about understanding that something on the other side of this is in danger. And the only way it's going to come out of that place of danger or harm or hurt or loss is if I face the thing that could possibly hurt me to make
Right.
sure the thing that has less, that is more vulnerable than I am to
whew,
help.
yeah,
Right.
that's so true. And I don't know. I think courage comes in so many different ways. And you did mention the DV portion, and I
Mm-hmm.
can definitely identify with that because I've been in the domestic violence situation many, many moons ago. And in the moment, you're scared, you're fearful, like if I go, will they end my life? Or if I don't go, they could possibly kill me and my kids. So
Mm-hmm.
having to pack up and leave, in hindsight, in the moment, you don't think that you're courageous, but that takes a lot, especially fearing for your life. And then it takes an extra piece of courage to go face that same person in court,
Right.
to go before a judge and have to face that same individual straight in court. It takes a lot. It takes courage to peel yourself out the bed when you're dealing with depression, and you still got to take, everybody's looking at you, your kids, and you still got to run a whole household. It takes a lot of courage just to say, okay, get your behind out of bed, even if you have to jump back in it when they leave. To
Right.
gather yourself before they come back home. That it takes a lot. Some people, it takes courage for them to get up and go to work, knowing that
Right.
they really don't want to, or knowing it's a job that they loathe.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts.
Nah, you're right. You're right. So, shout out to everybody that's just joining. I saw Rudy. I saw Nisa Boo. Ellen Smile, and then I saw B3. Thank y'all for joining. Then we got Christopher. Thank you for joining. But yeah, I think we don't put enough give enough praise to the courage that we have to show on a daily basis. Like you gave some great examples, Yolanda. And I know for one, when you said about going to work, like, ugh, that resonated a little bit too much with me. So I definitely get it. Okay, everybody speaking. But that's all right. So our next talking point is going to be courage in relationships. Real
Mm-hmm.
courage means having hard conversations even when it's uncomfortable. Walking away from unhealthy situations requires tremendous strength. Setting boundaries is an act of courage, not selfishness. Leading with authenticity takes courage when others may not understand. You definitely just touched on most of those points.
Yeah, it does take courage in relationships because you have to learn to open yourself up and
Hmm.
trust. And sometimes that fear wants to creep in and be like, "Oh my gosh, I was treated this way previously." And sometimes the slightest little thing will make you want to retreat.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's like, this feel like,
Mhm.
like it did in something else. But
Right.
I'm gonna always tie it to being spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
gotta allow God uh to heal your heart so you're able to trust. And even if you're trusting, there's still gonna be that little bit of, who
Yeah.
would I hurt me? You know what
Always.
I'm saying?
Always.
And
Yep.
nothing don't mean that they will. It's sometimes we spend so much time looking through the lens of past trauma, past hurt. He hurt me, she hurt me. And this is not
Mhm.
necessarily all with a man/woman relationship. It would could be the dynamics of any strong friendship. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Right.
this friend hurt me. So is the next friend gonna come along and do the same thing?
Right.
But it just takes you saying, okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw caution to the wind, and I'm gonna trust, but I'm gonna also use wisdom and listen.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, look out for those red flags.
Absolutely. Um.
But it's not only about looking out for the red flags, it's about seeing the red flags and pursuing anyway. That's
Yeah,
where the courage comes
that's
in.
good. That's
It,
good.
it's about being able to recognize what the threat is, recognize what can actually go wrong, and going ahead and moving forward in a positive manner or in a positive direction, hoping for a result that leaves the situation savory. If it's any way that is salvific in nature, if it's worth salvaging.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But so it takes that whole thing of making up in your mind, is it worth it?
yeah. You
And
gotta
once
weigh
you
it
come
up.
to the place where you recognize that it's worth it, then you go ahead and you move forward with, okay, this is going to be painful. This
Mhm.
is going to, I'm not going to like how this feels. But on the other side of this, I know we'll get through it because I'm willing to face the thing that's wrong. And I'm willing to face the thing that's uncomfortable.
Okay, so you know the definition of insanity, right?
Yeah,
So it's like, are you testing the boundaries of insanity by seeing the red flags and overlooking them, hoping for a different result?
No, I don't think that there's a difference between insanity and giving a person a chance. There's a big difference between knowing what the outcome will be versus I'm attempting, make an attempt at a different outcome. When you've already been through something five or
Mhm.
six times,
Mhm.
3 or 4 times,
Right.
1 or 2 times, 9 out of 10, that's not something that is going to change no matter how brave you try to be with the situation.
Right.
But if it's a thing where you recognize, okay, I see something going downhill that I hadn't seen before, but I recognize it.
Right.
Can I do what I need to do to salvage what we have? See if I can salvage it?
Mhm.
Or do I make the decision that this is not salvageable? Um, First time you suck, you lose, it's out, I'm out of here, and so it's a thing of coming to the understanding of what do you have actually before you. Do you have a person that is making a mistake that mimics a thing that you've been through? Or is this a thing where this person is deliberately doing something and you have the proof that they've been doing it, maliciously? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you
Mhm.
could tell, it's not like you don't know that if a person really did something, you know, that had a malicious intent, or were being just selfish in that they only care about themselves, because
Right.
it's going to show up in more ways than one, especially,
Right.
but we're talking about an isolated incident. I'm not running into a blazing fire every time somebody set their house on fire to go save the kids.
Right.
I
Mhm.
might have to let it burn, because the next time I jump in, it could hurt me or harm me. But if
Mhm.
I know that this is my neighbor, and this neighbor, is a good neighbor, and I've always known them to be responsible. I've never seen them just throw squares in the middle of the forest or in the trees, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
something happens, I'm like, they didn't mean this. They
Mhm.
keep their house well. They do what they're supposed to do. So I'm willing to risk myself in order to save or salvage that which is salvageable in that situation. The same it is when it comes to relationships. If there is no evidence that this person is a good person, that take care of themselves well, that are doing the things that they're supposed to do to make sure the relationship is intact,
Mhm.
if I don't see any evidence of that, it's not worth saving. It's not worth me risking myself for. But it's completely different if I know this person been doing all that they know to do. They've
Right.
been 10 toes down. I didn't have to ask. They did. They ask questions. They are involved in who I am as a person beyond what I do. And then when it comes to that, now I could say, I can make a risk assessment and say, this could just be an issue that they're having right now for whatever reason, and we can tackle that.
Right.
Hmm.
Right.
That's good.
That's very true. Um, thank you for joining, Dr. J. I just noticed I didn't even speak to Antonice. I'm sorry, Antonice. And who else I saw? Yeah, I don't blame it on my heart. Y'all know I'm getting old.
You ain't old. You stop it.
But thank y'all, everybody. I appreciate y'all for joining the chat. Uh, hold on. Christopher had he said a good point. So Christopher said, "What is authenticity really anymore? We live in a society where we're walking around and wondering if we're alive and dreaming or dead and remembering. Nothing seems authentic anymore." Um, yeah, I get it. I get it. But you just gotta take everything day by day. Um, I guess it's all about your perception. So you and somebody else could be living the exact same life, but you perceive what you perceive and they perceive what they perceive. They might feel like, life is great, they're in paradise and all this other stuff, and you feel how you feel. So it's literally all about your own perception.
Yeah.
Ellen Smile. Um, I believe there are genuine people out there who are truly worth it, and when it's worth it, I'm willing to face the uncomfortable and work through the hard things. Yep.
Yes, that's good.
Those genuine people, I feel few and far in between, but I definitely understand where you're coming from, and it kind of gets tired having to keep going through the cycle of meet somebody. Now you gotta get to know 'em, you gotta see how their character is. Then it's just a lot. You know, you don't want to just open up all the way, pause on the first few interactions, but then over time you feel like you wasted time. It's too much.
Well, I think that one of the biggest components of courage is authenticity.
Hmm.
Just for when Christopher even made mention of that term alone, that's the
Hmm.
first thing that came into my mind
Right.
about um, nothing is worth it if you don't see the real in it.
That's so true. You got to be able to see
Yep.
that.
You
Yep.
got to be able to see the real in it. If what you're looking at seems fake, false, fictitious in any way, it's
Hmm.
not worth your time, your resources, your effort, your emotions, your 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 mental capacity. None of that. None of that. It's not worth anything if it's
Yep.
not real. And
Right.
so I don't think that we're necessarily living in a society where nothing is real anymore. I
Not at
think
all.
as you just have a whole lot of people that have become comfortable with being whatever they dreamed up or whatever fits the society as a whole, rather than just being themselves. And when it comes to courage, everybody's not courageous.
No,
Absolutely.
Everybody's not a firefighter. You know what I'm
no, they're
saying?
not.
Nobody is trying to run into the burning building. Everybody is not a uh uh I can't use that term on YouTube. And everybody is not a nuclear physicist. You know what
Hmm.
I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's somebody trying to take out half the planet. Everybody ain't doing that. You know,
Right.
And
Right.
so that's something that I take into consideration when it comes to what do you have around you? Did you
Oh,
surround yourself with fake? Did you surround yourself with phony?
right.
Hmm.
I mean, I've heard the term so many times no man is an island. So if that be the case, who's around you?
Right.
Yeah. You
Who's
got to be
keeping
able
you
to.
company? If you don't have anyone in your company past your dog that is faithful and loyal to you, it's
Hmm.
a problem.
Yeah.
There's a big problem because how do you see past where you are if you don't have anybody to help you with your vision?
Exactly.
Right. Right.
That's good. You got to be able to. I mean, in spite of the hurt and the things that we go through in life, I know those things kind of make you want to stop in your tracks and be like, I'm over people generally, but sometimes you're like, okay, how long you going to stay in your little corner, closed in your little box? Are you going to
Ever.
open up to the idea and the thought of finding that love again, or finding that person that you can trust, finding that person that will pray for you when you can't pray for yourself? You know what I'm saying? And even if you mad, they're like, I don't care if you're mad or not. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna pray you through this, and you know and everything. Yeah, it seems like I ain't gonna never do that again, but sometimes in those moments where I'm done, I'm gonna be to myself. Those are the moments that that person shows up, and it be so unexpected but beautiful at the same time.
Now, I'm not saying that people have to walk around with rose colored glasses.
No.
I do understand that there are some evil, selfish, self serving, self centered individuals out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
However, my thing is if all you think about people is that they're out to get you, out to pull the wool over your eyes, out to do you harm, then at what point do you see the good in the person in the first place?
Exactly.
At what point do you see anything that's even um worth the exchange? to find out if there's more that is good. Because if you've already basically, it's almost like if you take into consideration if the person, according to their own prejudices now, if a job looked at your resume, but
Mhm.
looked at you and decided they don't want to hire you because people like you look
Right.
like such and such and they do such and so, you would feel slighted. We do the
Mhm.
same thing with people. They walk up to you a certain way. You already have a preconceived idea or notion about them. That kind of woman does such and such. That kind of man does such and such. Oh,
Mhm.
here they go again with these astrological such and such and so and so. And it's like, well, that might not be their core belief. It might just be something fun for conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
But how often have we dismissed people based on what we see on the outside without taking the time to find out what's actually on the inside
exactly.
and their real capabilities? Nobody comes in showing you everything about them the first 2, 3 days of knowing them. I don't know nobody that will even open up themselves to tell you everything. That if you meet a person, they started from when I was born. I came out of my mama's womb, and I looked around at the doctors, and so I was mad at the person that smacked my butt. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem on your hands.
No
That
what?
part. Oh God.
That, that example was great.
But I'm
But it
just
was
saying.
good though. It brought it
Nah, it
home.
was good. I love it though. That was
Yeah,
just
that was an
wild.
awesome example.
Yeah, and
Like
so it's a thing where is the person. Have you taken the time to see if the person is worth your time yet?
Mhm.
yeah,
Have you taken the time to find out if that what their person flaws are and what weighing against the good stuff you know about them?
Right.
right. Because
Not just saying I'm all in just because I seen something good, and not to
Right.
right.
say you're fired, get away from me, you heathen, the moment you meet them.
Right.
You know
That,
what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm
oh,
just telling the truth.
wait,
Yeah.
Albert is so tickled. He can't just keep dropping his head.
Yo, these examples are so like crazy, but I get it. Yeah, I definitely I get it.
It
I,
makes you really think about a
yeah,
lot of things because
right,
sometimes we'll let our past experiences um uh overshadow and miss out on a really good person. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So I get it. I totally what she said was like spot on.
right,
Examples and
right.
all spot on. Thank you,
Mm.
the voice of YouTube.
Your voice of YouTube strikes again. Coffee said, "I question the ones that can't trust anyone. First, you must show yourself friendly or positive results."
That is true. But at the same time, I always take into consideration that that's a sign of trauma.
Yeah,
That is a sign of trauma. And it takes a special individual to recognize that it's trauma and not a person just having ill will towards them. Because sometimes the issue ain't the other person, the issue is me. And
right.
if I recognize that I have this issue as it pertains to trust, then what I'm going to do is vocalize I have a problem with trusting people. So if
Mm,
I come across as if I don't trust you at all and I'm giving you the side eye, it's not really you. It's something that has happened that has reminded me of my past. And while I may be trying to deal with it as best as I can, the truth of the matter is the things that you do reminds me of my past. If you
right.
can't have that open and honest conversation with someone, then there's already a problem right from the jump street.
Mm, very true. Very true. Oh
That's good.
man, I'm waiting for the day with when Tina make her statements and I could be like, "You lying, Tina." I know it's not that. I could hope, can I?
Hope on, hope on. I mean, I've been wrong before.
No, but I bet you had some gems to drop though. I bet you it wasn't like Tina, you a lying, blah blah blah. Fill in the blanks. But
Right.
I mean,
I bet you
I've been
nothing
a
like
liar
that.
before. I mean, I just don't have to live like that no more. I'm grown.
I,
When you a kid, you say everything.
I respect it. I respect it. Hey, Keeping it real. All right. So our next talking point is going to be courage and growth. Discomfort is the breeding ground for personal growth. Every breakthrough is preceded by a movement of uncertainty or fear. Courage often comes before clarity, not the other way around. Taking imperfect action is better than waiting for perfect. Taking imperfect actions is better than waiting for perfect conditions. So, like, yeah, it's kind of like all of these topics, they kind of intertwine with each other. Pause. 'Cause I know somebody gonna say something crazy. Just to pause.
You good.
Not even you, not nobody on the panel. It's gonna be somebody in the chat. Somebody watching replay. They're gonna be like, "Oh, a 36 minutes pause, bro. What you talk?"
You did people mind ain't always in the gutter.
Yeah, it is.
There's some freaky people
Especially New York people.
in the YouTube streets. Y'all
The
be
inventors of the pause.
yes.
Right, right. Pink polo shirts and all of that. Yeah, y'all remember that. Okay, everybody speaking.
I think when it comes to courage, courage does affect growth. Because it takes you facing your fears. It takes the facing of your fears to know what you can and cannot tolerate,
Right,
to know what your own boundaries are, to understand your limitations, you
right,
know.
right,
And in that, you begin to grow in knowledge and you can adjust or govern yourself accordingly, especially if you've gone too far or you did too much. You
right.
find out that you've done too much, and then you like, okay, I need to recalibrate. I don't want to go in like I went in the last time. I was courageous. Yes, I put my heart on the line. Yes, I put my dollars, my wallet, my whatever on the line. But
Mhm.
this time it gives me the information that I need to make the adjustments that I need to make so I don't continue to hurt myself the next time I decide
Right,
I want to be courageous. Because I don't want to let the last situation that occurred and hurt me become now the starting point of my life from now on, because I don't
right,
want
Yeah.
to limit myself, but instead
Right.
I would rather use it to propel me to something better, because now I have the information that I need from the last mishap that'll cause me to understand and see and be able to recognize the red flags that are coming that I would have experienced, and also know, okay, last time I saw this thing and it was a red flag, I responded this way,
oh,
Yes.
but this time I see the red flags, I'm going to respond another way, you
mm,
know.
Yeah. Yeah. You gain
right,
wisdom in those hard places. That's what those tough places, those past traumas and experience, it does. It
hmm,
gives you a sense of wisdom. The thing is, will you apply it?
right,
Will you weigh those situations when they occur? That
mhm,
wisdom is that thing that's really going to help you navigate the next new space that you're in and help you to
right.
also come outside of your comfort zone.
True. So, right. To touch on what you said, Yolanda, all of those mishaps and experiences, it all builds character. It's necessary for growth,
Yeah.
and it kind of strengthens our core, our foundation of who we are as people. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. Callie's in the building. What's good, Callie? And I didn't even speak that Pooh, I don't think. But what's up, Pooh? I'm mad late. Don't blame my heart. But yeah. So our next talking point is sustaining courage long term. Courage must be practiced consistently to become part of who you are. Small wins build the confidence needed for bigger acts of bravery. Surrounding yourself with courageous people strengthens your own resolve. Courage leaves a legacy. Others are watching how you lead.
Yeah, I most certainly believe that in order to sustain courage long term,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have a risk assessment.
Right.
Um, that is no different than when it comes to stocks. You must have a risk assessment. How much are you willing to put into this thing, and how long? How much tolerance do you have
Mm-hmm.
to the risk that you've placed as it pertains to your investment in other people?
Right.
Um, how much time do you spend with a person before you decide this is something that I want to connect to on a long term basis? Or
Mm-hmm.
if this is something that this is just fun, this is just something to do at the moment. I can see this being as seasonal as fresh strawberries. I can't expect this to last through the winter months. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I'm not expecting to go and get a fresh watermelon in December. I'm just not.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I can make the assessment that I'm not willing to invest all of that into someone that is showing the signs that they're not fit for the season that I'm in,
Right.
then I must be able to come to a place where I'm courageous enough to say, I'm okay if I don't have it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm okay that I'm not connected to this. It may
Yeah.
have been fun in the summertime, but it sure ain't hitting on nothing now. And be
Right.
Right.
willing to cut your ties rather than waiting on the good season to come back while you're with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot more months in the year other than summer. You got a spring, you got a winter, you have a fall. That none of those things are summer. So if you have summertime people in your life, you need to assess, are they willing waiting on till the next summer comes around?
Mm-hmm.
Because you would have suffered so much loss waiting on the good times to get rolling again
Right.
Right.
that you have to question whether or not it was worth the investment in the first place.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because there's a big difference between um, all season tires versus summer tires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a
Yo,
big difference.
yo, Tina, like, how do you come up with this stuff? And it makes so much sense.
It's the Lord be giving it to her,
Hey,
honey.
bro.
The Lord be dropping them bombs and them knowledge.
Man, that was fire though, Tina.
Major fire.
Appreciate that.
She went from strawberries and watermelons to all
Right?
season tires. Like,
Listen, talk about
what?
Everybody ain't fit for the journey now.
But it makes sense. Like, I'm just here, like, yo, that's bars.
it. Right. Total.
See, I'm not the only one. See the analogy, yeah. That was,
That's that extra piece of wisdom
yeah.
that helps create a balance.
Mm-hmm.
It came from all of the dumb stuff I went through with people. Y'all see me in the wisdom after the fact.
Right.
Right.
But I had to have hard seasons to learn these things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
it was horrible and I was dumb for a long time fooling with people until I
Yeah.
learned my lessons.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Until I lived some life, until I matured to a
Yeah.
place where I could say, now I can see the foolishness from a distance.
Mm,
Listen.
Now I can understand what's coming up on me. And I
right.
Yeah.
can make the decision now, is this what I want in my life or this ain't going to fit where I am?
Mm-hmm.
And move accordingly because I'm not willing to deal with the foolishness by not taking heed to what I see right now
Yeah.
Right.
instead of waiting on it to get too close to me and I can't see the forest for the trees.
Right.
Mm. Damn, Chin.
That's good.
You
That's
be,
oh
oh, man. Mic drop. Bloop. So, Epic Pooh said, "When you started the podcast, team."
I mean,
Nah, for real. Like,
no, I do have tea time with Tina Mo right now. I'm working on some. I'm working on a few things.
Oh, you got some stuff in the crock pot on low?
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
do your
Slow
thing.
simmer.
Okay.
Yeah, I know how to cook.
Yeah, we
Hey,
know.
let her
Still
cook.
waiting on my neck bones. Oh.
I know that's right. Next on cornbread, collard green.
That part. Nah,
Yeah,
I don't want no collard greens during the winter though. You know, you just said that too. It's
Yes.
gonna be out of
You get
season.
the toughest that you be cooking them things 6 hours and that's with the soda in them.
you got to know how to get them at the height pick ahead of their season.
Right, right.
And then how many times have we added things to the relationship that wasn't in season? How much
Ooh,
money did we spend?
shut
How
your
Ooh.
much
mouth.
time did we spend? And
Look,
that thing was still tough.
hold on. I'm gonna have to disappear on that one.
I know, right? Let's dip.
I'm gonna have to disappear on that one. You ain't never lied, Tina. I swear. Well, you say you have, but not to me. So yeah, like you ain't lying. Mm, too many damn times.
Yeah, I mean, I've made dumb decisions in regards to relationships for fear of abandonment. They're
Mm,
going to leave me. So what I did was I started to tolerate
yeah.
foolishness.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Me
then
too.
when it came to a head and I totally like completely crashed out,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? I was like, well, wait a minute. I kind of saw those things, but because of the desperateness of feeling like I didn't want the person to walk away, even though it was hurting me,
Hmm.
I tolerated it. So it was a lesson learned. I'm like, tolerate what? No,
Hmm.
confront the situation head on in the beginning. And if the
Right.
person is not trying to work through it or comply with what I'm not saying that it's one sided, but
Hmm.
if you can't come to an agreement,
Right.
then okay, well, this is not going to work. I bid you adieu. I wish you the best in your life, and this ain't healthy for me no more. I gotta go.
Right. And like even with you just giving that example, it ties back to like even yesterday we was talking about respect. Then the other day we was talking about like boundaries and things like that. You get what I'm saying? So like it all really ties in one way or another.
Hmm. I mean, having the courage to set the boundary is another thing too.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
that
yep.
part.
Because we can, because in the like you just said, in desperation, you can feel like if I tell this person no, they're gonna leave me.
Yep.
If I tell this person no, they're gonna take away something that I
Hmm.
considered a privilege or a right or whatever that I enjoy. Because at the end of the day, there are things in a relationship that we enjoy.
Right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be there. Whether we enjoyed it in the beginning, somewhere in the middle, or towards the end, at the end of the day, there was something that was enjoyable because that's why you were with the person.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, a lot of times because we enjoyed that thing so much, we won't set the boundaries that are necessary for fear that we're going to miss out on the thing on on the thing that we thought made us happy. We thought brought us joy. We thought made us whole, made us complete, made us feel good outside of the things that we were already experiencing. Life is hard enough.
Right.
But then when you get connected to someone who does not care about the fact that your life is already hard and they're just in it to win it for themselves, and for it, all they're doing is really kind of love bombing you. All they want to do is make sure you feel good so they can keep getting what they're getting out of you and then take it away little bit by little bit so you'll work harder to keep it.
Right. Mm. Damn. Tim, I'm gonna need you to stop leaving me speechless. Pause because we on the internet, but no pause.
Dropping that weed.
Bro, like for real.
Yeah,
This is phew.
but it's just coupled, like she said, with those life experiences, those periods where she had brain farts and made
Mhm.
decisions, and it just you really put it in your book, and you have wisdom too, elevated. Believe it or not, you may share it different, you may word it different.
Right.
You
Right.
still have wisdom too, because you have it based on your experiences of being a
Mhm.
good guy and being taken advantage of. So now, you know, even though as much as you may kind of lock your heart up because of the pain of your experience, you still have that wisdom that if another brother came to you and said, "Hey, look, I'm going through thus and such," you'll be able
Right.
to say, "Oh, listen, I've been here, done that. This is how you look at this situation. Pick it apart." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You have it. You just
Right.
worded it. I
That's
just
true.
wanted to
That's
encourage
true
you
indeed. True indeed. Hold on, we got Trisha Nicole. Welcome to the live.
with that. You say that so well.
Nah, that was cool. Um, yeah, man.
Truth be told, all of us have wisdom. It just takes courage to walk it out.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that
Because
part.
a lot of times it's not, we're adults. We're
Right.
not children just learning stuff. We've
Right.
seen enough things, whether it was our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, co-workers. We've seen enough people go through stuff. If we ain't seen it no more than on TV, we've
Right.
seen enough people go through things that when we see the thing happening to us, we notice it.
Hmm.
It's just that we don't always take the time to say, I'm not willing to go through this because it feels right for a moment. It
Hmm.
feels good for a moment.
Hmm.
And so it's not that we're dumb, it's not that we're ignorant at all. It's the thing about willing to be, it's about being willing to let go of the thing that feels good in order to be good.
True.
Yeah.
And when I say be good, I mean be at peace,
Right.
not suffering loss,
Hmm.
not sacrifice, being so self sacrificial until there's nothing of you left.
Right. Right. Right.
Mm.
Nisha said we've had enough experience to pass on the right thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah, that
and
part.
that's all we trying to do here.
Yeah.
Some of us, I don't blame anybody, but that's why we have our platforms. We could share our experiences, our thoughts, things like that, and hopefully, just even if we reach one person, we're supposed to be good with that.
I mean, truth be told, everybody has a voice. It's just that everybody thinks that they supposed to sound a certain way. Everybody ain't willing to listen to me. I
Right.
don't care how smooth and wonderful or buttery, these words may come across. At the end of the day, somebody might be like, I don't want to hear that. Give it
Mhm.
to me raw. I
Right.
can't give it to you raw on YouTube. I'd have to
Right.
get off of here to talk to you like you want to be spoken to.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, there is someone that has an ear to hear. There are
Mhm.
Yeah.
things that Bambi can say that I
Yeah.
can't say because of
Absolutely.
my brand. There are things that Supreme can say. There are things that Elevated can say that
Mhm.
I can't say because of my brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that does not mean they don't have something to offer too. And a
Hmm.
lot of times, all of us agree. It's just the way that we put it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very true. Mm. Phew. Yeah. I guess we'll take it to the hour mark. We have 54 minutes. Anybody want to join the panel? Give yourself a shout out. Um you want to advertise anything that's going on, anything that you're dropping, any type of content. I just dropped the link in the chat. Got about 5.5 minutes.
I know that this coming Friday,
Hmm.
finally, I'll be interviewing Mia J, picking up from what we were supposed to do this past Friday.
Okay.
I will be, in fact, interviewing her. I wasn't prepared due to some personal issues of my own, but I most certainly will be interviewing her. I'm looking forward to it. I am
Mm-hmm.
ever so glad to get the chance to speak to her in that regard because I know for a fact that she has a wealth of knowledge and so much that she can share, especially with some of the questions I'll be asking her. And so
Right.
I'm looking forward to that Friday, and I will be dropping the the upcoming thumbnail within the week. It'll no later than Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You got anything going on, Yolanda?
No, not so. I'm still working on my first stream yard. So I just gotta finish doing my last bit of research for that so I can be prepared to get that done, and hopefully it'll either be like on my birthday or shortly thereafter that I'll be doing my first stream yard conversations with Brett.
Okay.
Um what is it? I can't remember the subject off the top of my head, but
No, that's fine.
letting you guys know when that comes up. I'm excited about it because it'll be a
Friends
first.
or frenemies.
Yes, yeah, hidden friends, secret enemies. I mean,
Mm.
Hmm.
visible friends, secret enemies. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Visible friends and secret enemies will be
Hmm.
the topic of
Mm.
discussion. So,
Oh, I can't
I'm
wait
really,
for that.
really looking forward to that. I just came about it. I was just visiting another person's live, and that kind of just dropped in my spirit that day, and I thought it was something really, really needed to be shared.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have to call on some people to help me, as far as like a thumbnail and stuff, because I'm not good with that. Not saying that I can't be get
Right.
there.
Right.
That's something that I really need help with.
Um. Yeah, I use Chat GPT. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I don't even know how to use it. I've got there almost through my child computer trying to use that mess. Not that it's a
No,
mess, but I just don't know understand the dynamics of it.
nah, you're not. So, what you do? They got the little buttons down on the bottom of Chat GPT, and
Hmm.
like just talk to it. The little speaker looking button down there,
Yeah.
and then that'll pull up the audio to it, and then
Okay.
all you do is just talk to it. Hold on.
Yeah, I would probably have to sit
Hey
with somebody to
Snowflake.
walk me through the process because, honey, it sounds like a foreign language saying it.
No, it's not. It's not.
I've never used Chat GPT because I um rely heavily on the skills that I went to school for,
Hmm.
mainly journalism, broadcasting, mass media. And so I haven't come to that place where I feel like I need to use it yet. I'm
Hmm.
sure that I may at some point, and in the event that I do, I think I'll just be trying to see how it's used to see whether I like it or not.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. After you use it for a while, it will recognize your lingo and be customized to fit you personally. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay. Cool. Cool.
Like just
Yeah.
just talk to it. That's all I could say. It's real simple. You'll start the conversation. Hey, my name is Yolanda. I have a YouTube channel called Brit Family Fun, and I do fitness and this and that.
Yeah.
And then it's so much stuff you could do. Like I was even on YouTube earlier. Like they got Chat GPT tuning people's cars like to make them faster. I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
it's literally wild. But yeah, that's an office education type man. 10 key by touch. Wow, 10 keys by touch. That's a lot. I gotta type one thing at a time. I'm lying, but it sounded good. What's up, Melinda? Thank you for joining. Everybody always comes at the end of the live. Dang.
That happens more times than it doesn't. I promise you, been in the time,
Uh,
and 10 people will slide right in the chat, miss, as you about to
and
close.
I really don't be trying to be evil, but like at the certain point, I be like, yo, I'm sorry, catch the replay. I don't really try to be like that.
Yeah, because sometimes you hang around and you get caught up, and then you be like, "Oh my gosh, I stayed on another hour and a half." Like,
Ah man, I'm sorry, Melinda. Yeah, thank you. I apologize. So I go live at 9 p.m. give or take, because I was late today because I was playing Jeopardy with Danielle, but 9 p.m. Like Allison is good for popping up at about 10. Like, yo, like I'm about to get off. I'm sorry. I don't it made me look like a bad host, but
nah.
yeah,
I mean, but you are going
every day.
every day. Thank you,
Every
because I was gonna
day.
say something else.
Oh,
You have been going every day,
in
and
my
so
inbox if you want. Uh-huh.
Nah. Oh,
I'm just playing. I'm just playing
oh,
YouTube and Facebook. I'm just playing.
oh,
Relax.
flag on my
Relax.
hands.
yeah, so that whole going, like you just got through going every day last month. And
Mm-hmm.
so the combination of that
Yeah,
and running headfirst into this month,
it's a
no
lot.
full steam ahead, and
Yep.
adding vlogs, and shorts and things of that
And
nature. Yeah. And
working
working
full
your
time.
job still with all them extra long hours and getting off and fixing on cars and all of that. So yeah, you have a full plate. So if you decide, hey, it's an hour of power, get in while you fit in, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
can't help but respect that. I'm just glad to catch you while you're up and running.
Yeah,
Right.
for
Right.
sure.
Melinda said I lost track of time editing. Nah, I feel you. Hey, we all out here grinding.
Yes, yeah.
Man.
Vlogtober, Locktober, Stacktober, Fittober, all the
All of
tobers.
that. All of that. Man. Trying to get these videos together. Yeah, I can't even pick up my monitor. I had bought me a little dry erase board so I could do some more type of teaching um for the stocks and stuff like that. And then I don't know if I want to do the finances too, but it's a lot going on.
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
It is.
Oh, that's why I'm ready to get rid of that job. Like, yeah, after job, I'm good, but not just yet.
Yeah, I feel
It's
you.
coming.
Yep.
It
Oh,
definitely is coming.
yep.
Nisa Boo, I have a teenage daughter and I have a son that'll be 13 on the 22nd. But they live in New York. I live in North Carolina. So yeah, it's just me. I guess you could call it being a bachelor for right now.
I feel you. I understand.
You added the right now. The mind been working. The thoughts been in your mind. Huh?
Thoughts been thoughtin'.
Melinda, all I could say is Eastern NC. Uh, I could talk to you a little bit
And you
more.
slid past that comment like a slip and slide,
Indeed he did. Indeed.
like a thief in the night. You
Yo,
jumped out.
chill. Like I thought I was being smooth with
Oh, that's funny.
it. But yeah, that was awkward. No, it wasn't. Don't tell me you went back to New York, cousin. Oh, you was over in the rich folks neighborhood. Nah, I want to move that way, but the way my rent's set up, I can't beat it right now.
I know that's right. Because the cost of living is much more different in Carolina than New York.
Oh, Georgia.
Oh,
But
GA.
well, yeah, you got a husband, so you ain't gotta worry about no some boy girls and stuff. So yeah, I get it. I try to say it
I heard you try to clean up.
politically correct for YouTube.
She ain't got to deal with no theys and thems.
That part.
Right.
Yo. Okay, you got it. I ain't gonna I ain't gonna say nothing else. I just want to move, period. So I'll pack up and move. I mean, ain't nothing stopping you.
I miss Grayson. Grayson was probably one of the best areas I'd ever lived in.
Mm,
Far away from the foolishness, but
Okay.
close enough to where I can drive in and see some foolishness.
Is this in Georgia?
Yes, I was in Grayson, Georgia for quite a while.
mm.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
But yeah, all right. Hour 6. I'm good with that. Thank you everybody for tuning in. You could have
Yes.
been anywhere in these internet streets, but you chose to spend some time here, and I really appreciate y'all for that.
Yes.
Uh, I'll catch everybody tomorrow. Don't know the topic yet because I'll wait until I get that deja vu. Everybody have a good night. Catch the replay. Drop me a comment, a like, share it out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Have a good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Blessings to each and
Have a
every
good
one of
night.
you.